that's the blues. That's a 12-bar pattern, and like Jimmy Page, like that's how he solos. That's the blues scale, man. So I think people are too quick to discredit it because we look at took the heavier side where we get the shuffles, and that gave birth to rock and roll. Chuck Berry influenced so many guitarists, so many rock guitarists, and that was his style.
If I can't hire a tech because I can't make any money to feed myself, so that's the way that goes.
It's your thing. I understand this. But yeah, just let me know when I'm in frame and everything.
No, you're good, man. Just be yourself.
Am I going?
No. Just be yourself.
I got you.
Yeah, just be yourself. There you go. No, you're doing good. You just keep doing what you're doing, dude.
Anything else? Let's see. I can do a little more blues stuff, actually. It's sort of a shuffle. I'm still like really workshopping this tune, but do like something like fingerstyle. This was a very Billy Gibbons inspired tune, because I came up with this actually because I didn't have a pick, so I was like, I'll just play fingerstyle. But what inspired me to pick up the guitar that day was I was watching Bones, and Billy Gibbons is on there, and he's the coolest person to currently breathe air, I think, because he's just oozes cool. And it was this episode. It was the 200th episode, I believe, and it was an alternate reality sort of like noir film setting. And Billy Gibbons was like a World War II vet sitting on the street playing just a resonator because it's set in the 50s. And I heard that and I was like, I need to do something like that. So I just started working on this tune. It's like fingerstyle. It's a little sloppy because I haven't played it in forever. But it'd be like a... And to do like a shuffle. That'll have words eventually. Then do like a chorus, or do like a da 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 and match that vocally, do some solos. I think it'd be a really fun piece. Just something for me to talk about momentarily. Was messing around with blues fingerstyle. And I think honestly, what has made me a better musician is, finding the genre that speaks most to me. And blues is definitely, the genre that speaks most to you fluctuates all the time. But the blues influenced the most of the genres that I have, a deep personal connection with. Because, I really do like pop punk type stuff, alternative. And that evolved from rock, which evolved from the blues. And so, all the stuff I'm really into, like metals, I'm not super into, a lot of different metal genres, but I do enjoy some metal. And it comes from blues because it's got, the tritone, everybody comes from the blues, and that's, everybody loves it. It's a spooky interval, metal bands especially. And, that's a misconception, is that the tritone, that interval was called the devil's interval mistakenly a bunch. It was referenced as Diabolos in Musica in music theory book way back when, which means, the devil in music. But it wasn't talking about the tritone. It's talking about the wolf tone, which came from Pythagorean tuning, which, it's a... Pythagorean tuning's interesting because it sounds decent, but when you start messing around with it, if you try to play modern music with it, it would sound bad because we have all these, crazy chords like... Hold on, let me get my pick. We'll have a crazy chord that's like this. That's a E... Well, it's capo, so it's a G. But that's a G11. That's a lot of intervals. And so complex intervals like that would sound harsh. Love is like a dying ember. Only memories remain. Through the ages, I remember blue eyes crying in the rain. That is blues. And I would play that to do the example, and then that is it took a lot of the chord progressions, I would say, from blues, and the lyrical content, I think, is a big influence that blues had on country. Because, listen to that song, Willie Nelson, or it wasn't written by Willie Nelson, but he's who I associate it with the most. Talking about leaving his girlfriend and never gonna see her again. The image is somber, blue eyes crying in the rain. And, that's the voicing your woes through music aspect of blues is what country inherited. And, a lot of people complain because, I don't have a favorite genre. I have different genres where I'll go through a phase where I'll just listen to, late 90s, early 2000 pop punk. And then I want to listen to some good old rock and roll. I'll go, AC/DC, Zeppelin, whatever. And then sometimes I want to hear country. And lately that's sort of been the case. One complaint I have is, so many people are they say, oh, I'm into country. And they listen to this pop bro country stuff. And that ain't for me. I'm quoting Samurai Guitarist here, but I like when country was made for farmers, not frat boys. And I agree with that sentiment. Sure, it's a product. They're trying to make it as appealing as possible to the masses. But there's a lot of people who've kept it real in the tradition of country, like Tyler Childers, Devil Makes Three, people like that. But my favorite, the standout of the bunch in my book, is Coulter Wall. And you can see the blues influence there. And I think that's sort of what isolates this outlaw country, this new outlaw country where it's just, a guy and his guitar singing about whatever. Blues, I think, is what that subgenre of country inherited.